I'm Connor Northrup, and I'm now joined by UFC flyweight Alex Perez. Call him the calf kick king, who's coming off a big first round TKO finish of Jussier Formiga at UFC 250 this past Saturday. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining me.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, what's it feel like now? You know, you're removed from the fight a couple days. I know you said you're still in Vegas, but just how's it feel now? Has it set in?
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little different, man. I celebrate the win that night, maybe the next day. But other than that, go back to work. I don't really like to celebrate over it's just like a wrestling mindset. Like, you go in and a wrestling tournament, you wrestle, you win. You can't celebrate that win, even if it's against a ranked opponent. Can't celebrate that win too much because you got another match coming up. So I kind of look at it like that. Like, man, I'm happy I won everything, but it's already in the past. So I'll move on and let's get to work for the next one.
Yeah, for sure. And now, obviously, I saw that you did get, I think it was like 108-day suspension at most, as far as medical suspension. When would you like to be back?
I'm hoping to be one of the alternates, for the title fight. But if not, I'm saying like August. That'd be ideal. Probably like mid-August. Be good. Just to get back in there, gives me time to prep and everything. Now that everything started opening up, I can actually do an actual full camp. Instead of just doing what we did for the COVID. But hey, if they call me next week, I'm always down too.
Yeah. And I know you said last time I talked to you that you don't really care about rankings. You kind of expect to fight anybody at any given time. But with this win and over a guy like Formiga, I mean, like you kind of alluded to before, do you feel like this puts you kind of right into that title contention?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, people think he's one of the better guys in the division, been on top of the division for a long time. So I feel like me finishing him puts me up there. Somewhere up there, maybe one fight away, maybe get the call. Who knows? Usually to take the top 5 guys, some of those guys get title shots. So I think I'm right in the mix.
Yeah. And I alluded to in the beginning about those leg kicks that you did, and I mean that was kind of the talk of the fight. Was that part of the game plan, or and if that was, how did you follow the game plan?
I mean, it was in the game plan, but not to go too crazy on it. Not to do what I did. I landed the first one. I was like, oh man, it landed. Kind of landed another one. I was like, oh well, let's keep throwing it until something happens or he makes an adjustment. And I mean, he did a good job of sliding back a couple times, sliding the leg back and stuff. So I had to make an adjustment myself, use more hands or fake something, and then go back to it. So it wasn't like the major focus of the game plan, but it definitely in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I rewatched the fight last night actually too. I mean, you landed the first one; it was easily in the first 3 seconds of the fight, and then I think you landed like 3 in the first 15 seconds. It seemed like so. Very active with the leg kicks.
Yeah, man, I come out with that aggressive style. I'm always in your face. I'm always gonna push the pace, push the cardio. I know I'm in good shape. So hopefully my opponent is too. If not, they're gonna drown in deep water.
Yeah. Did anything surprise you about the fight? I mean, obviously it was only the first round, but did he do anything that was kind of like shocking to you that you weren't expecting?
I was surprised that he didn't try to shoot or set up the shot. And he was he hit a lot harder than what I thought. Just watching it on film and then actually getting hit by him, it was a little different. Other than that, I mean, everything played out well.
Yeah. And there was one part I want to talk to you about the fight, too. It was before the finish, but at one point he kind of winced, and then he went down for the first time after taking the leg kick. And right away, you were like, just bring him up, you said to the ref. What was kind of going through your head at that moment? I mean, did you know that was kind of the beginning of the end?
I mean, I know I heard him, and I know he's a dangerous guy on the ground. I was actually going to go down, and then I heard my corners, no, let him up. So I was like, okay, let him up. So I kind of took a step back, let him up, and kind of just got back in his face. With a guy like that, you go down the ground, you make one mistake, it might be over. So, that even the part of the game plan, if I was to hurt him or drop him, I was not planning to go on the mat with him.
Yeah. And like you said, you heard your coaches too. What was it like kind of fighting it in that empty arena too? I mean, do you feel like if you were maybe if there was a crowd there, would you have heard them say that?
Um, yeah, I feel I do a lot better job of listening. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can hear their voices because I'm around them all the time, so I can hear their voices
Yeah.
pretty clear, even with the audience. But I mean, I don't think it would have mattered. I think it was just one of those things that kind of like I kind of went to autopilot a little bit, and I was kind of, oh wait, that I forgot not to do this. So yeah.
Yeah. And I know too, like right after you finished him, you obviously celebrated, but then you were right down on the mat with him, kind of talking to him. Were you able to see him after the fight? And did you guys talk at all? Because I know you guys were at least kind of friendly going into this fight.
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him a little bit, in the back, and then I hit him up on Instagram, like, hey man, how's everything? How's the leg?
Mm-hmm.
Like we are friends, so it's kind of like bittersweet, but once we got in there, it was all business for me.
Yeah. And also too, I mean, you got a performance of the night bonus too. And I mean, right away when I saw it, I was like, oh man, like just the way you like finished the fight too. I was like, that's got to be it. But then, I mean, then you have, the Sean O'Malley knockout, and then Aljamain goes out and dominates, and then Cody Garbrandt with his buzzer beater knockout too. I mean, at like watching that too. I mean, did you still, even when the whole night was over and you didn't hear about the notice of like if you got it yet? Did you think you had a good chance of getting a performance of the night?
Not really, man. It's kind of like one of those things. There's good fights, good finishes, good performances by a lot of people. So I was kind of like, oh man, but I can't complain. Extra 50 G's in my pocket, so I was happy. I was stoked. My manager called me. He's like, you got the bonus, blah blah. I was like, no way. And then I texted him after we hung up. I was like, are you for real? I got the bonus. He's like, yeah, you got the bonus. And then like 10 minutes later, it came out that I did. I was like, oh shit, man, that's crazy. 50 G's.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I think it was like 7 out of the 11 fights ended in finishes too. So I mean, just the card and even the decisions. I mean, they were great too.
Yeah, there's. I mean, it's a lot of good fights. I mean, everybody wants to fight right now. Everybody wants to get money, make money. So everybody's putting on the shows, man.
Yeah, no, I think you just like you said it perfectly too. Because even what was it, UFC on ESPN 9 was the week before. I mean, that turned out to be a great card as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are hungry to get paid, and the small cage, there's not that much room to move. So I think everybody's pushing the pace right now. Everybody wants to get back in there quick. This is the time to make money.
Yeah. And if you look at the bonuses too, they have 4 bonuses, and 3 of them are bantamweights, and then obviously you at flyweight. I mean, what do you think this says about the lighter divisions?
We're excited, man. Even if it goes 15 minutes, we're some of the most technical guys. We're fast. We have good cardio. So I think it just shows that we're exciting.
Yeah. And just from like our last conversation too, you talked about Mark de LaRossa, and he was kind of flying in. I think the very night we were talking. He's got a fight coming up against an opponent that you also faced. I know you fought Mark, but you also fought Jordan Espinoza, and that's going to be this weekend, that fight. How's Mark look? I mean, what's been training like, with him?
It's good, man. He's good. He's very, he's well-rounded. He's good on the feet, good on the ground. His wrestling's a lot better than what I thought. And he's a good push, man. It's good having a small guys in there pushing. He looks great for this fight. He's in shape. He's ready. He's ready to take this fight.
Yeah. Have you seen like a lot of big differences from the time you fought him?
Yeah, man. He got just in the short amount of time he spent with us, he got a lot better with his hands, and just gas tank is good. His wrestling defense got a lot better. So, I mean, he's good. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. And now you said like you're obviously at Airbnb in Vegas too. Like, what is like Vegas right now too? Like the fact that some like casinos are opening and there are events going on at the Apex and stuff too. I mean, is it kind of like buzzing around there?
Stuff's open like halfway. Like, I mean, we went to dinner the other day. You only can have 5 people at a table.
Okay.
You can, things like that. I mean, better than nothing though. It felt good to sit down and actually have a meal somewhere and sit down. I mean, it's a little different rules. We went to Texas de Brazil, and I mean, they bring the stuff from the salad bar and stuff like that. So it's a little different, but I mean, hey, at least I get to hang out with my friends somewhere instead of just hanging out on the couch.
Yeah, for sure. And what was like the experience like too of fight week? I mean, obviously there's a lot of different things than a normal fight week. How did you kind of deal with that?
I liked it. I didn't really have to do interviews or pictures or stuff like that. It was kind of like, okay, stress free. It was good. I had my own workout room. I was able to cut weight in there by myself. Things like that. I mean, I liked it. We got the rooms are nice. It had a kitchen there and everything. I mean, I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah. And then also too, just one thing you've been seeing a lot too is a lot of guys are kind of turning around quickly in a time like this, especially with international fighters. I mean, soon that will be able to happen with Fight Island, but a lot of guys have kind of been cashing in on that too. I mean, if you could have it your way, is that something you're interested in making a quick turnaround, or are you kind of just looking at that title fight?
Honestly, I mean, the smart answer would be wait for the title shot, but I'm not a person to turn down fights, man. People ask me 25s or 35s, I'll take them. Even 45s, I can care less. I'm here to make money. I fight for a living. It's what I do to get paid. So me turning down fights is kind of like, so if they ask me to, I would. If not, then I'll just wait.
Yeah. And when you get a win like that too, guys kind of tend to knock on your door too. I mean, has anybody tried calling you out or anything like that yet?
Yeah, KaraFrance tried to make a comment like, "Oh, let's rebook the rematch." And in my head, I'm just thinking like, we try to book the fight twice. You have a visa to come over here. Your parents didn't want you traveling, so now it's okay. Like, that's cool. Like, but so your parents are okay with you traveling now? Like,
yeah.
Like now you want to fight me? You're on Cody Garbrandt saying that you want to welcome to the division. I mean, I'm down to fight him. I'm down to fight Kai again. Reschedule it, but I'm gonna make him come to the States. I'm not gonna go to Abu Dhabi for that. Like, if I'm going to Abu Dhabi for a title shot, I'm not going to Abu Dhabi to fight Kai. Kai can come to the States and fight me if he wants.
Yeah. How do you feel like a fight with KaraFrance? How do you feel that kind of like shapes up?
I think it'll be a good fight, man. We're both good on the feet. We're both good on the ground. He fought one of my friends, Tyson. I mean, it was I thought it was a closer fight than what they scored it, but kind of being a little biased. But I mean, I think we match up great. So I mean, if they want that fight, I'm down. I'm down for the Moreno fight as well. I'm down for whoever. Like, I don't turn down fights. So
yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you're a popular guy now, coming off that fight the night bonus, and especially over a guy like, Jussier Formiga too, and in great fashion too. Alex, thanks for giving me the time. Anything before I let you go?
And first, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
Shout out to my sponsors, ATTC, Bump Box, Miss Mary Jane CBD, Drink HRW, So Right. Those guys are amazing. They've been helping me out a lot. Thanks to my management team. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. My coaches, my coaching staff, my teammates, my friends, my nutritionists, perfecting athletes. Like I said, all this hard work is paying off, and it's not just me. It's a team effort, and I would not be here without you guys.
Yeah. You should get another performance at night bonus too, just remembering all those sponsors too. I mean, that was amazing. But
yeah, I was like trying to think where, like, who did I forget, stuff like that. I hate forgetting people. I'm pretty sure I forgot someone, but it's just on top of my head. I don't have a whiteboard or anything with me to write everything down, but but man, just thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Alex. Thanks for your time, and once again, congrats on the win and the bonus as well. Take care.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.